Land of power, land of might. Land of power, land of might. Exceptional rage, endless fights. Patriot bulldozer, leading the way. Crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies. Iron grip, ruthless and cold. American dream, fierce and bold. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozers wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart. No retreat, no surrender. Bulldozers force, a savage offender. Red, white, blue, burning bright. In the chaos, he finds delight. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, savage of legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, savage of fate. Legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dozer Den. If you have not yet smashed the like button, go ahead and give it a good smashing. Thump that like button, caress it, lean in real close to that like button, whisper sweet nothings in its ear, and then pound away at it, because you got to, guys. And if you gotta hit it more than once, make sure you hit it at least thrice. Because if you hit it twice, it cancels it out, and you don't want to do that. You want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den, my gosh. Don't forget, you can comment in the comment section. Commenting is caring. You can repost this episode of the Dozer Den on Rumble, on Oh, good lord. Just a second here. On the X Machine, on pill.net. We're on YouTube tonight as well. thedozerden.locals.com. And where else? Or somewhere else, I think. Anyways, those are the important ones. They're the ones that are on the top of my mind, I suppose. But yes, the like button is very, very important, guys. Very important indeed. Cool thing about reposting on Rumble, everybody that follows you is going to see your repost, and it goes in a repost tab. Thought is, maybe it'll welcome more killdozers into the Dozer Den. Something about discoverability or something like that. I don't know. If you're a lurker, I do love my lurkers, but say hi in the chat. Mix it up with the amazing killdozers, because honestly, it's a pretty good group of people hanging out here usually. Every now and then you get a weirdo, but if you guys didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 to 4 news topics, palate cleansers sprinkled about to break up the monotony. Saturday streams, it's a hangout stream, a decompressed stream, a chill stream for all you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. We might have one or two official topics, but for the most part, we're doing it. Rock out with your cock out. Jam out with your clam out. Now, those are the only two options. If you're intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. Huzzah. Oh man, oh man. If you guys could kindly smash the follow button if you haven't done so already. Very important to follow the channels. Follow the Dozer Den channel and follow the user profile here on Rumble. BillDozer74 if you can. We do have some topics tonight, guys. We do have some topics. First topic of the evening, Iran ceasefire. Thank the good Lord. This morning, I'm not going to lie, wasn't pleased with that first sentence of that post on True Social. A little bit much. I mean, honestly, though, like, I kind of said it this way when it started, that Saturday that it started. If you're going to go hard, go ahead and go all out. War is ugly. And if you need to rip the Band-Aid off, you should have done it the first day. But the threat was enough, apparently, to get a deal. There is some back and forth about whether or not it's an actual deal, whether or not we came out on top, whether or not Iran came out on top. I think there's a bit of nuance to be included with this conversation. Gosh darn it. Well, look at that. Look at that. We can expand the participation box there, and look at that. We have one person watching on Locals. By the way, you can join thedozerden.locals.com for absolutely free. If you want to participate in the live chat, though, you do have to pay $5 a month. Cool thing about Rumble, or the thedozerden.locals.com, if you subscribe for the year, you get 2 months free. That's right. That's right. You get to participate in that live chat when you pay for it. You are able to post things you find interesting in that community, and you get all the benefits of Rumble, a Rumble subscription here to this channel, which include your name being lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right, you'll catch a Rumble rash. It oozes patriotism. The only treatment is more America. Some would say less America. No, you need more. Spread the rash around. It's lovely. And you get access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes, some animated, some not, hopefully all kind of entertaining. And you don't have to worry about premium content locking you out. And you don't have to worry about ads on this channel when you subscribe. If you want to just hit that Get Premium, because you get all those benefits for every creator, every premium creator that is, click that Get Premium button right underneath me. Because that helps me out, because I'm in the Rumble Creator Program. That's the idea anyways. But yes, first topic, Iran ceasefire. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Got some clips here or there. We've got Trump's post talking about it. We have the 10-point deal. We're going to go through it. There's a little bit of a back and forth, like I said. Second topic of the evening, another scientist dead, guys. Another space scientist from the Jet Propulsion Lab. Somebody should really be looking into this. Like, somebody needs to be... we need to figure out why these scientists are being killed. This is not a coincidence at this point. This is a targeted campaign to... abduct and delete scientists, in my opinion. What's up, Sheriff Hector, over there on pill.net? Good to see you. Yeah, it's looking kind of rough. Kind of rough. So, we're going to talk about the most recent scientist that is turned up dead. For some reason. It's way too many. There's 9 now. 9 scientists either missing or dead associated with, like, jet propulsion or space science. So... That strikes me as kind of odd, seeing as the whole UFO disclosure stuff is supposed to be coming about soon. Chris Bledsoe has moved his prediction back, guys. He's the one who's predicting Christ's return on Easter. Well, he said a new knowledge is what he said. So other people were saying it was Christ's return. He kind of just said maybe and didn't, was kind of coy about it. But he moved it back to the fall. Just like most people who do the whole predicting the end of the world or the return of Christ and stuff like that, most of them, they'll just be like, oh, yeah, actually, we're pushing it back a couple months. The earth wasn't ready. The world wasn't ready yet. Not sufficiently prepared for the second coming. Okay, dude. Okay. We'll see, I suppose. We'll see. He did post an orb, though. That was cool. What is up, Laura Blades? Good to see ya. I cannot see the live chat. Oh, wait, there it is. Huzzah. Good to see you, Laura Blades. Thanks for popping into the chat. Third topic of the evening, guys, and it might be a little bit shorter show tonight. Third topic of the evening. We've got more on the J6 pipe bomber stuff. Did you guys know that the Blaze fired Joe Hanneman and Steve Baker, the ones that were working on the pipe bomber stuff, the ones that honestly found the person, Shawnee Kirkhoff? Yeah, it looks like you were the one. No, you don't go from being a Capitol Police officer one day, and then all of a sudden, look at that. Look at that. You're a freaking CIA operative now. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. What is up, Salty Grower? Good to see ya. Thanks for popping into the chat. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. It's a very, very important button. And, sometimes you can comment, you can repost, you can do all those things, but if you forget that button, it just leaves things out, and it's a very important button. And when you play with that button, it does help things. So, biblical prophecies haven't been fulfilled for Jesus to return yet. I know they're trying to force it, though. There are certain people, certain actors that try to force prophecy, and I think that's a good way to get God angry at you. Don't try to force the prophecy. It's a bad idea. Just not a good idea, probably. I would say it's not. There you go. That looks better up that way, doesn't it? Look at that. What's up, Salty Old Fart over there on Pill.net? Good to see you. Guys, you should follow me in all the places. Rumble, Pill.net, BitChute, YouTube, The X Machine, thedozerden.locals.com. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm all over the place. I like that Rumble rash in the chat. Ah, man. But yep, that's what's on the deck tonight, or on the docket, rather, tonight. That Steve Baker stuff with the Blaze, guys, apparently Glenn Beck isn't involved with the Blaze anymore, but he still does shows with the Blaze, but he doesn't own the Blaze. I don't know what all that's about. Steve Baker actually replied to me. He's like, yeah, I got fired. I was like, well, shoot. Horrendous of them. Maybe Glenn Beck can have George Washington on for another blasphemous interview with AI. That was weird. He's like, actually, Glenn's not with the Blaze anymore. I'm like, what? I'm confused. Oh man, guys. But thank God, I think we've averted some bad stuff with the Iran ceasefire. I hope we have. We're going to look through the 10-point deal here in a minute, and we'll get into it. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit shorter show this evening. Went 3.5 hours last night, so maybe an hour and a half tonight, tops. We'll see. Not going to lie, work took it out of me today. I'm a little bit low energy, Jeb. Rubbed off on Dozer. I watched him too long. What is Jeb Bush up to? Do you guys ever wonder about that? I do sometimes. There's some great mimetic moments from that election cycle. Please clap. No, Jeb, we're not going to clap. Nobody wants to clap for you, Jeb. Speaking of people not getting clapped for, let's see if I can find this really quick. Lindsey Graham. Ladybug's Lindsey Graham was at an event. I don't know when it was, but I think this is just something to boost morale for everybody. Even in South Carolina, nobody likes Lindsey Graham. Nobody. It's 5 minutes. I don't know if we're going to watch all of 5 minutes of this, but it's pretty good. When even in South Carolina, I think this was South Carolina, even there, they don't like you, man. And it makes me think that maybe the voting process in certain areas isn't freaking real. It's not. Because if everybody hates him, why does he still get elected? What's that about? Lindsey Graham getting booed.
Thank you all very much. Welcome to Pickens County. down for a second. I think you'll like this.
They're not gonna calm down, buddy.
Pickens County has more Medal of Honor winners per capita than any place in the nation. I was born in this county. I live 15 miles down the road.
And you still stop.
This is a place.
He obviously doesn't have the support of the people, and yet he continues to be elected, which makes me think maybe that voting there doesn't matter. Because it's just like California, it doesn't matter even if you did have a red wave, they're still going to put their people in. And apparently in South Carolina, they've got their establishment Mr. Ladybugs, excuse me, Mrs. Ladybugs, that they want to keep in there because he's a good old warmonger. Old sassy Ladybugs, Lindsey Graham.
Where people pay the taxes, fight the wars, and tell you what they believe.
That's a good point, Salty.
How many of you believe that Donald Trump was a great president?
First of all, he was drowning in the booze. He was drowning in booze. Ladybugs, Lindsey Graham was getting booed into eternity. And he just, hey, how many of y'all thought Trump was a good president? I think he was a great president, wasn't he? Wasn't he a good president? And then he gets a little bit of cheers.
So let me tell you a little bit about me and President Trump.
You stop.
Back to the booze.
I found common ground with President Trump. It took a while to get there, folks. But let me tell you what happened.
You
I
stop.
come to like President Trump, and he likes himself, and we got that in common.
Rhino. Rhino. Rhino.
He's not a rhino. He's not a rhino. This is what the establishment Republicans want. Lindsey Graham is the example. He is what establishment Republicans are in Congress. Now, that doesn't mean that it's what, the Republican base or the populace is or feels. But the Republican establishment, Lindsey Graham, is the Republican Party right now. That's what they're doing. That ethos is what they emulate.
And I'm trying to help him become president of the United States. Let me tell you.
Look at these young folks are just like, what's going on? I thought we're supposed to be happy at this thing. What is up? Laura Blade, Salty Grower, Sanglant, Slidey Pie. Hello there. Thanks for joining this episode of The Dozer, Danielle.
Why I want to help President Trump. I was on the front row of his presidency. And I've never seen anybody this tough
You
in
stop.
America.
You stop.
How many of you heard the phrase, we like Trump policies, but we want somebody new?
Lindsey
Have you
Graham
heard
sucks.
that? Well, let me tell you this.
You stop.
Without Donald Trump, there are no Trump policies.
What's that tattoo on this lady's arm? Or back? What is that? Is that a dragon of some sort? She's a big gal.
Traitor.
He did something nobody else could do. He's the most pro-life president in my lifetime. You know why he secured the border? Mexico was afraid of Donald Trump. We need him back in the White House right now.
She ain't that bad.
There's one man. Only one man can do this. We got a lot of good people running, but there's nobody our enemies are afraid of like Donald Trump.
Get off the stage.
He killed the terrorists before they could kill you.
She's floundering so hard. Salty on Fort. Lindsey Graham is a classic Republican when Democrats were for the working man. Yeah. Again, term limits, guys. Term limits.
If you don't think they're coming after you, you're not listening to what they're saying. I helped
That's the classic. If we don't fight him over there, they're going to fight us over here.
him get 3 judges on the Supreme Court. They're
Yeah, and Amy Coney Barrett's trash.
overruled Roe v. Wade.
That was the one good thing from ACB. That's it. That's all we've gotten good from Amy Coney Barrett. Other than that, She's a Federalist Society establishment stooge. Garbage. Gorsuch, decent. Kavanaugh, okay. We need more Clarence Thomases. A whole Supreme Court of Clarence Thomas. That's what we need.
I was on the front line of the fight. When Kavanaugh needed somebody, I was there for Kavanaugh.
Oh, yeah.
Supreme Court lady.
Ketanji Brown Jackson is a mental midget and a physical midget, Simpson. Absolute, I have my problems with ACB, but, my God, when Biden literally said, I'm gonna put a black woman in there. First of all, that's illegal. That's discriminatory. And second of all, it's an insult to everybody. It's like, you can't earn it. If you put her qualifications against other people, guarantee you she wouldn't have come out on top. If it's just what's on the paper, nah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's made history. And you ought to be damn proud of it. This is the most conservative court in my lifetime because of Donald Trump.
When is John Roberts gonna go away?
And I can promise you this. When it comes to Donald Trump, the best is yet to come.
You get off the stage. Hit the road, Jack.
So let me tell you how you win an election, folks. You get people together that don't agree all the time to agree on the most important thing. My hope is we can bring this party together because he's going to be our nominee.
They're not pleased.
He will be the nominee of the Republican Party. And let me tell you what's at stake. If they win in 2024...
All right, enough of that. 5 minutes of Lindsey Graham being booed. It does good for your heart, honestly. It just, does good for your heart. But yeah, that's good stuff. Very good stuff. Here's something interesting. This man clearly needed a father present in his life and didn't have one. My God. Is it an orc? Is that what he's going for? Is he going for the orc look, guys? Is that what that is? I think that's orc.
I will not be a part of this romance. I just can't take the chance because
It's like, if his mouth is open all the time, which I don't think it is. I think those are implants that are like little twist-ons that you can put there. And I hope his mouth can close at some point, because elsewise he's just drooling all over the place. Like, he would need a bib of some sort, because your mouth will just start drooling all over. Until it dries up, I suppose.
be my opportunity to shout the last goodbye.
If you've got the money, I guess. Why would you do that to yourself? That is not healthy. It's disgusting. Like, you're not going to be able to do anything ever again besides sideshow work. That's a sideshow, creature. You're not going to ever have a normal job. You're never going to have a normal life. Good luck if you ever want kids. They're going to be fucking terrified of you. You purposefully removed your nose. Who purposefully removes their nose? It's literally cutting off your nose to spite your face. He did the literal thing. For the love of God. Why? Don't do this. Honestly, that's whoever's doing that probably should be stopped. Right? Is that something that should be allowed? Should people be allowed to do that to people? I mean, you know what? It's your body. You want to do it to your body, I suppose. And if you have the money, as long as you're not trying to say you're fulfilling your actual identity, I don't know. That looks horrible. Is it Michael Jackson? No. I don't think that's a burn victim. I'm fairly sure he did that on purpose. You don't look good, man. I mean, I guess if you're happy. I guess if that makes you happy, you have fun. That's an orc. That's exactly what I said, you wrong. He was going for the orc look. Well, whatever. You have fun with that, guy. I'm not going to do it. Guys, did you know potatoes are vicious? Did you know potatoes, even after frying, can still grow roots? That's what this person's claiming in this video, by the way. Also, goat in the background.
Okay, this just got weirder. This isn't just a mysteriously sprouted.
It is a chip with a root. I have a desk potato at work, by the way. I moved it to a windowsill so it could get sun. Since I've done that, oh my goodness, it is growing spectacularly. It's almost at a point where I need to bring it home and put it in the garden, which I will. I will. You said it looks a little bit like makeup. I mean, there was some makeup there. The nose? I don't think that nose was makeup. I think he actually cut his nose off. Those people that are into that extreme body modification stuff, they will go to extreme lengths to achieve the look they desire. Guys, also, I noticed this chip looks like half of a heart. A carb, grease-laden heart.
Potato chip that made it up the conveyor belt,
John Candy's heart.
passed inspection, passed quality
in peace.
control, and got fried alongside its potato. No. As it turns out, on closer inspection, these are live, pliable, juicy, fresh roots. This potato chip sprouted in the bag after being fried. It's an Easter miracle. Okay, this just got weirder.
Potatoes. Potatoes are going to potate. Okay? That's what they're going to do. You can't stop them. You can't stop the potatoes. Potatoes. It's called glue. You think it's glue? It might be glue. It's probably fake. Probably fake and gay. But, you know, that does look a little bit brown there, and that might have been enough for a little eye. An eye of a potato to persist after frying. I don't know. It's a Monsanto hellspine. So what if a chip has a root? You could plant it, maybe. I would plant it. If it actually is real, I'd plant that thing. Slidey Pie, have you ever seen a chip with a root? I haven't. Definitely new to me. Let's see. Here's the dangers of being a school bus driver in, where at? It doesn't show where the school bus driver is, but you better believe it's exactly who you think it is. One of them is 15, one of them's 14, holds a gun up to another 15-year-old's head on the bus. And,
It was appropriate in this case because of the planning, the deliberation.
So he held it up to the other kid's face, to his head, like, and pulled the trigger 3 times. Each time it didn't go off. God was there.
The execution of what he wanted, which was to murder a child. Our victims are still feeling the impact of the decision that Mr. Holland made on May 1st of 2023.
I hope that this sentence brings some measure of peace and some measure of closure to the victims as well as the community.
It was clear that we had a mission today, which was to hold him accountable and to get justice for our community. And
I wonder what the, 15-year-old boy, Baby K, presses a gun to a 14-year-old boy's head, pulls the trigger 3 times, point blank range. Click, click, click. Gun jams every single time. A literal miracle escape. Masked teens storm the school bus in a cold-blooded attempted murder caught on camera. This is the terrifying reality kids face on the bus to school. My kids don't ride the fucking bus. What the hell's happening? Well, you see, that's what you call a didn't do nothing American. That's a didn't do nothing right there. And at a certain point, yeah, the parents, you know, have to answer for something. But at a certain point, that kid is a garbage animal and needs to be treated as such. That right there, never let that thing out in public again. Put it in a cage and never let it have freedom. Ever. I don't care. You're 15 years old, you just lost the rest of your life. You're going to be somebody's paycheck for the rest of your life. You're going to fund people's lives that are actually trying to do something good with their lives and trying to help, keep people like you from ever interacting with polite society again. I'm not okay with that. That right there, that brazen attempt at ending somebody, almost guarantee you, the fact that he was willing to do that time, he's probably done it to other people and just never got caught. So no. I like having, I think kids have the ability, a lot more so than adults, to be rehabilitated. That one, nah, you're done, boy. No more. Now, the buddy that was in the, part of the process, he might have a chance. The kid that put the gun to the kid's head and pulled the trigger multiple times and was mad that he wasn't able to get it done, you don't deserve a chance, dude. You're done. Till parents are held accountable, then children will not be properly taught. We have a generation of two of single mother worship and kids having kids. Yup. Attacked by rampant illegal immigration gang culture. It's a problem. It's a problem in certain communities that they really have to deal with. And if they won't, then, yeah, you know what? The jails are there. Hooray. Let's get into this first topic, guys. We have a ceasefire. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Hopefully. I hope. I really do. That it stands. I was not pleased with the comment this morning about ending a whole civilization. Not my cup of tea, honestly. Let me see if I can find Trump's initial statement here. Where was it? I saved it, didn't I? There we go. Here we go. Trump's initial statement on the ceasefire. This was about 3 hours ago. And I was so happy because I was thinking about if stuff would have started popping off, like they would have started bombing, I was probably going to go live early and cover that like in real time. Thank God that didn't happen. I'm very pleased that didn't happen. And to the people that are like saying the taco thing, what the hell does the taco mean? Like Taco Trump, like Taco Tuesday, like I'm confused. Is it an acronym? I haven't really cared enough to look into it because I don't understand why people are mad that Trump didn't destroy a civilization tonight. There's like some of the people that have been like ranting about the war and not wanting it to persist are now mad that Trump found a peace deal or the Pakistanis helped him find a peace deal, broker a peace deal. Why is that a bad thing? Like, why are you mad? Like Chris Martin said, which I kind of like his analysis of like weapons and stuff like that. He was like doing the Taco Tuesday meme, and I'm like, what? Are you just engagement farming at this point? Like, is that all you're about? I mean, what the hell? Excuse me. So, we have the statement from the president himself. Based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening, not dangerous opening, safe opening, of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks, no more, no less. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. Double-sided, not just one-sided. That's right, double non-penetration of the borders. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives, and we are very far along with the definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. Oh, consummated? 2 weeks, huh? You gotta wait 2 weeks? You're going to be blue, Trump. You're going to be blue. On behalf of the United States of America, as president, and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to resolution. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump, that's me. They did what we asked, possibly. This one needs to be gone just for, justice for, oh yeah, you're talking about that guy. Yeah. Trump always it's Trump always chickens out. This is not a chickens out. I don't understand how the taco is not applicable here. What are they talking about? This is a good thing. This is cooler heads prevailed, not I'm gonna end your civilization. That's a nice civilization there. Be a shame if I ended it. Fucking that comment this morning. Like, I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? Horrible first sentence of that truth post this morning. Not okay. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, damn. What are you talking about, Zanglant? We're probably hundreds of years behind in medicine because of them. Because of Iran? Or because of the kid on the bus? I don't know. Very confused. Huh. Yeah, I wouldn't count this as a chicken out. I'd count this as a dude was threw it on the table, and then thankfully we didn't. Let's see. Oh, the taco thing. They've been saying that for months. It doesn't make any sense. We literally went into Venezuela and took out their president, his wife. We used a freaking EMP or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, but we were able to take out the power to a whole freaking city for enough time for us to get in, get out, and be done. We destroyed most of the leadership of Iran, which doesn't necessarily mean that you've won, because they're like, it's like a Hydra scenario with Iran and with a lot of like Muslim countries and tribal ideology. It's a Hydra kind of thing. So I don't know. But let's see here. We have an article, I think. Yes, we do. Well, no, not an article. We have updates, live updates. Uh-oh. Demands U.S. accept uranium. Well, that's not good. Iran plan reportedly demands U.S. accept uranium enrichment to end conflict. Uh-oh. I guess negotiation tactics, yeah. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Lord Blades. It sounds like he threw out this, hey, guess what? I'm going to destroy everything about you. So you better come to the table. And it sounds like they did. So let's hope let's hope this sticks. And let's hope we can get done with this and not have to worry about it. Oil, apparently in the stock market, oil currently plummeting. Good. I don't like $4 a gallon gas. And stock market's up at 47,000. Maybe it'll get back up to 50. Like, make Pam Bondi happy. I don't know, stock market doesn't. But it actually means it. That's why it works. Yeah, I guess. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Wrong one. Wrong one. Let's try this one. This is just live updates. And we'll take a look at that 10-point plan here in a second. Oh, maybe this is it.
We're going to go over to Tel Aviv to talk to Mike again. Mike, what are we seeing there?
Well, Jesse, as anticipated, the sirens are now wailing over Tel Aviv, indicating that another missile is inbound. And it looks like those bright lights in the sky are the missiles. And it looks like...
Wait, I thought there was a ceasefire. Why are there missiles? Did they not get the news yet?
Like you can see an interceptor that is in hot pursuit of the missiles. And it's always quite dramatic when you see those interceptors going after it. And these ones might disappear behind our building here, and we're going to lose sight of them. But they're still quite lethal and coming into Tel Aviv. And I didn't see an interception in this case. Should be able to hear it in a second or so. And it's still quite lethal when there's an interception. Most of what we see out here are those cluster bombs in recent days. But when you get a conventional warhead with that powerful explosive, obviously you hope that the interceptors can get it. And the interceptors are about 90% effective, but that means 10% get through. And those conventional warheads we've seen are quite powerful. They leave great craters in the ground. Still waiting to hear the impact on this one, which should come
Not
any
just
second.
Good craters, great
we
craters.
saw two lights in the sky there. And there was another flash off in the distance here.
Aw.
So there was quite a big explosion. So that
Apparently,
sounded like more of a
threatening to
conventional
bomb
warhead.
$30 billion
that got
Stargate
through.
AI.
I can't really tell you if that was an impact
The
or
champion
an
on the
interception
global
because we
stage,
lost
just
sight of that
conflict
one, Jesse.
Yeah, you could definitely hear that real quick. How
Immigration's
long does it take
been
for
good.
an Iranian missile to travel to Tel Aviv? What did you say?
That's about it.
I'd say about 10 minutes usually.
minutes?
By the
No
time
tax on tips. We got
from
that.
when about 10 minutes from when we first get the alert.
All right.
Till I'm hearing more impacts off in the distance from when we first get the alert to when the sirens start wailing.
All right. Well, maybe the remnants of the Iranian regime either didn't get the memo or they did and they don't care. So we'll obviously keep a close eye on that. And we'll be back to you soon, Mike. Thank you.
Go away. Iran released a 10-point plan to secure an end to the conflict with the United States, including a demand for the lifting of all sanctions and for Washington to allow its uranium enrichment program. Times of Israel reported. Iran allegedly claiming victory against the United States in a statement published by the state media with their 10-point plan would demand continued Iranian control of the Strait of Hormuz, acceptance of enrichment, and lifting of all primary and secondary sanctions. The wish list, reportedly presented through mediators in Pakistan, insists upon the United States military withdrawing from the Middle East as well as an end to the attacks on Iran and its allies. Their demands also include expanded Iranian control over the vital Strait of Hormuz, which sees about a fifth of the world's oil. It is to be noted that the adoption of such a resolution shall render all these agreements binding under international law and shall constitute a significant diplomatic victory for the Iranian nation. Iran's Supreme National Security Council said in a statement reviewed by the Times of Israel. The United States has not yet provided a response to the 10-point demands from Iran, including its appeal to continue its uranium enrichment program. The two nations are set to engage in diplomatic talks in Pakistan later this week, or as Obama would say, Pakistan. Immigration has been a drop in the bucket. 100 to 500 a year is not good enough. Yeah, we do need more. We do. That's a good point, Lord Blades, but honestly, I think we need to have... The Insurrection Act should have been implemented whenever you had some leftist states that were rising up against ICE actually doing their freaking jobs. That should have been an Insurrection Act moment. Just like with the, Black Lives Matter protests, though, Trump blinked. He did. He blinked on that. He should have fucking done it. He should have pulled the trigger and implemented the Insurrection Act. That's what he should have done. Like, it's another, okay... We're not going to do it. That sucks. We're going to let lawlessness occur. We're going to let anarcho-tyranny persist. That really pissed me off. No, I wasn't good with that at all. If you're going to sit there and act strong and act like a strong man, be a strong man. Do it. Help this country. You could have done it, but you chose not to, Trump. You chose not to. So you failed in that aspect. And yeah, they backed off because it was a bad look optically. And they could have done better on the optics with that, with the immigration stuff, for sure. But the goal should have still been met. Or at least it should still be on the table. Instead of okay, we'll negotiate and then we'll back off. And what? It was rough. It was rough. Wasn't a fan. Let's see, Caroline Levitt. Beautiful lady. This is a victory for the United States that President Trump and our incredible military had made happen. From the beginning of Operation Epic Fury, President Trump estimated it would be a 4 to 6 week program. Thanks to the unbelievable capabilities of our warriors, we have... Let's see what the rest of her statement is. Oh, gotta put it on stage. My bad. From the beginning... thanks to the unbelievable capabilities of our warriors, we have achieved and exceeded our core military objectives in 38 days. More on that tomorrow morning from SecWar and Chairman Kane. The success of our military created maximum leverage, allowing President Trump and the team to engage in tough negotiations that have now created an opening for a diplomatic solution and long-term peace. Additionally, President Trump got the Strait of Hormuz reopened. Is it open, though? Is it? Never underestimate President Trump's ability to successfully advance America's interest and broker peace. Well, it's a good thought. I hope it's accurate. What's up, Hair Juicer 3000? Good to see you. I'm not hands above the table. Oh, let's see. He also hires terrible people like Pam Bondi that won't fight for any policy. Yep, that's a stinker. Todd Blanche, also garbage. But they did nice things for him on a personal level, and he likes that. So, he literally said it the other day. He's like, even if they're evil, if they're nice to me, I kind of like them. I kind of like them now. It's like, bro, stop. Stop it. Let's see. Well, I could have just stayed there, couldn't I? Apparently, Hexeth's going to be doing a press conference tomorrow with Kane. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We got a free journalist. I'm pleased to announce the release of American journalist Shelley Kittleson, who was recently kidnapped by members of a foreign terrorist group organization Kataib Hezbollah near Baghdad, Iraq. Well, that's good. Cool. Let me see if I got any more here. Well, that was nice. So, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, took to X. Well, that's not. You guys can't see that right now. Look at that. Look at what I'm doing. I'm being a boomer. Boomer. What's up, Jixer Trickster? Good to see you. I was backing JFK Jr., the only one in this administration. You mean RFK Jr.? This mission who is saving American lives with policy changes. Yeah, RFK Jr. is a really good one. Tulsi Gabbard. Those are the two best picks in my opinion. Rubio's done okay. You know, a little bit of war hockey stuff, but, you know. Call me hard-hearted if you want, and I'm not saying I'm correct, but I don't think we'll have peace until Iran, Pakistan, and the like are ground to dust. Those people can't be fixed and hate us. I said that if we were going to go to war, the Saturday that things kicked off, that we needed to go hard, and we didn't. We went like 60% of what we could, like our full force. About like 60%. And we took out a lot. We took out a lot of, we took out their Navy, took out the Air Force apparently. But the thing is, they say that, but then also they're talking about how we last time with, Operation Midnight Hammer, they said we took out every bit of their nuclear capabilities. And then 5-6 months later, well, they're 6 weeks away from a nuclear weapon. Fuck, what? Come on. I don't like the back and forth. I don't like being jerked around. I don't like that. Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, took to X on Tuesday night announcing the ceasefire between the United States and Iran effective immediately. But they're still firing missiles. Sharif also invited both countries to Islamabad in 3 days' time to continue negotiations. I warmly welcome the sagacious gesture. That's a new word. Well, I've heard that word, and I can understand from the context, but I want to know this word, guys. Every day is a learning day. Sagacious. An adjective describing someone with keen mental discernment, sound judgment, and profound wisdom. So sagely. Sagacious, sagely, like a sage. Yeah, okay. That's a cool word. I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm gonna find a way to use sagacious in a sentence tomorrow at work. That's what I'm gonna do with this new word, guys. I have attained new knowledge and I must apply it. Huzzah. Knowledge is power. I warmly welcome the sagacious gesture and extend the deepest gratitude to the leadership of both countries and invite their delegations to Islamabad on Friday, 10th of April, 2026, to further negotiate for a conclusive agreement to settle all disputes, Sharif wrote. Sharif also touted the remarkable wisdom and understanding of both the United States and Iran in his post. Both parties have displayed remarkable wisdom and understanding and have remained constructively engaged in furthering the cause of peace and stability, Sharif wrote. We earnestly hope that the Islamabad talks succeed in achieving sustainable peace and wish to share more good news in coming days. The Prime Minister concluded his post by tagging leaders from the United States, including President Donald Trump and Vice President Vance, as well as those in Iran. What is up, Mr. Joe Man over there on Pill.net? Good to see you. Thanks for the red pill in the repost. Appreciate you. Let's see. Assist. Never heard that word either. Look at that. Look at that, Slidey Pie. We're all learning. We're all learning today, guys. Oh, and apparently, Mojtaba Khamenei, incapacitated. He's the son of the former Ayatollah Khamenei. Supreme leader of Iran, Mojtaba Khamenei, is reportedly incapable of running the country, according to an intelligence assessment reviewed by The Times. The diplomatic memo, understood to be comprised of both American and Israeli intelligence, claims Khamenei is incapacitated and receiving medical treatment in the holy city of Qom. The Times also reported that Khamenei is both unconscious and being treated for a severe medical condition. 90 miles from Tehran and considered a sacred site. Qom is approximately 90 miles from Tehran and considered a sacred site to Muslims of the Shia sect. The Dow futures jumped 900 points as Trump suspends Iran bombing campaign. Dow futures jumped more than 900 points in the hours following President Donald Trump's announcement that he would suspend his bombing campaign against Iran. The surge came after Trump announced a double-sided, that's right, double-sided peace deal. Double the fun. I need to stop. Ceasefire contingent on Iran reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has agreed to open the waterway for a 2-week period while both sides negotiate an agreement to end the conflict. Let's see. I agree to suspend the bombing and attack. We already read that, so let's go ahead and get out of that. Actually, I'm going to keep that up because that's got live updates and it's updating even when I'm not looking at it, so... Sebaceous? I don't think so, no. Nope. Ah, sebaceous like a cyst is what S. Henson was thinking. Sagacious, wisdom, thoughtful, intelligent, sagely. Lord Blades, I've met very few people who deserve the adjective sagacious. Not many chances to use that word. True. True, but I'm going to find a way, Lord Blades. I'm going to find a way. Sometimes on team meetings, we find words that we try to get into to just sling in there in a intelligent and thoughtful way. It's interesting. In a sagacious way. Ha ha! There you go. Let's look at this 10-point plan. If I can find it. If I could turn back time. All right, here we go. But then, okay, so we've got the 10-point plan, but then we also have their statement. They're claiming victory. They're claiming that this is an actual... They're trying to do the taco thing, but I don't think it's legit. So, Iran has released its official victory declaration. The United States has agreed to Iran's ceasefire conditions, commitment to non-aggression. So that's number 1. Number 2, continued Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz. Number 3, acceptance of uranium enrichment. Number 4, lifting of all primary and secondary sanctions. Number 5, termination of all resolutions of the UN Security Council and IEAE Board of Governors. Number 6, payments of compensation for Iran. Now, they're not agreeing to all these. Our country is not agreeing to all of these. This is what they are asking for. And Trump said in his statement that this is a negotiating springboard. This is a baseline, a structure for negotiation. So some of these they're probably looking at and they're going X or crossing out, cross out, cross out. Like the, the compensation for Iran, crossed out. Withdrawal of American combat forces from the region. That's we're stuck there. It's not happening. So that's going to be crossed out. Cessation of war on all fronts. That could be one that they agree to. Well, that's 10. Or that's not 10, that's 8. Oh. Well, damn. I'm going to have to find that, because there was a 10-point plan somewhere. Where'd it go? I thought I had it. Apparently China got involved. I had a 10-point plan. Yeah, my first thought was, thank God. I didn't want to see, nukes being used. I didn't. I mean, if you're going to do it, though, you got to do it. So, they want reparations. Why do all the violent people want reparations? Who else might you be talking about? Are you talking about the didn't do nothing Americans, S. Henson? Gosh. Let's see, this is Right Angle News Network, says Iran's foreign minister confirms Iran is completely folded to President Trump, announcing that full passage through the Strait of Hormuz will now be allowed for the next 2 weeks under the new ceasefire. I gotta ask a question, guys. If we've severely destroyed their navy, their air force, their capabilities, their military capabilities, how exactly are they able to control what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz? Because those are two things that don't match up. Those don't mesh. You can't sit there and tell me that we've destroyed their naval and their air force capabilities, and then they're able to just control the Strait of Hormuz. Like, please explain that to me like I'm fucking 5. Like, you're doing doublespeak at this point. That's doublespeak. Oh, we've destroyed everything. They can't do anything anymore. But they're keeping the Strait of Hormuz closed. There's a disconnect. Is it just me? Is it just me, or is there a bit of a disconnect there? A little bit, maybe. I don't know. Essence, I had you. I had you. That's the word you were thinking of, exactly. Didn't do nothing Americans. let's check this out. Oh, look at that. I'd like to make it bigger. There we go. I'm going to pause it so it doesn't keep doing that. Tehran, April 7th, 2026. On behalf of, of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I express gratitude and appreciation for my dear brothers, H.E. Prime Minister of Pakistan, Sharif, and H.E. Field Marshal Munir, for their tireless efforts to end the war in the region. In response to the brotherly request of PM Sharif in his tweet, and considering the request by the U.S. for negotiations based on its 15-point proposal, as well as announcement by POTUS about acceptance of the general framework of Iran's 10-point proposal as a basis for negotiations, I hereby declare, on behalf of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, if attacks against Iran are halted, our powerful armed forces will cease their defensive operations. For a period of 2 weeks, safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz will be possible by coordination with Iran's armed forces and with due consideration of technical limitations. Saeed Abbas Arakchi, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Islamic Republic of Iran. Well, there that is. Let's see if I can't find this damn 10-point plan. I know I had it at some point. The threat of any attack makes the insurance unwilling to cover the ships. Huh. Yeah, but if they're severely destroyed, like if they're destroyed, then there shouldn't be a threat of attack. I guess maybe people on the ground could do like rockets from the ground. Unless we're just there's a little bit of fog of war on both sides, guys. It's possible. It's quite possible. Let me see if I can't find that 10-point plan. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me see. Where is this 10-point plan? Thought I had it, but apparently I didn't. They want $2 million from each ship that goes through the strait. Pure extortion. Yeah, I would agree. Israel supports ceasefire, but it doesn't include Lebanon. Look. Come on, Israel. Stop trying to fuck it up for us. Let me actually pull this up right now from the BBC. And Israel's going to find a way to fuck it up. I'll just say that. I'm a bit, a bit cynical about this with Israel's involvement. Israel has just issued its first an official statement on the ceasefire with Iran. Here it is in full. Israel supports President Trump's decision to suspend strikes against Iran for 2 weeks, subject to Iran immediately opening the straits and stopping all attacks on the U.S., Israel, and countries in the region. Israel also supports the U.S. effort to ensure that Iran no longer poses a nuclear missile and terror threat to America, Israel, Iran's Arab neighbors, and the world. The United States has told Israel that it is committed to achieving these goals shared by the U.S., Israel, and Israel's regional allies in the upcoming negotiation. The 2 weeks ceasefire does not include Lebanon. For context, earlier, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said the ceasefire did include Lebanon. Okay. Okay. There that is. There that is, guys. We'll see. All right, let me see if I can find this 10-point plan. All right. Here we go. So we had 8 of them on that other thing. Let's check. Let's just use AI. I'm being lazy. So I thought I had it pulled up earlier, but I didn't. Hopefully we'll have it. Right here. So, key elements of the plan include a U.S. commitment to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. A U.S. commitment to no further acts of aggression against Iran, continued Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz with regulated passage coordinated by Iran's military, acceptance of Iran's right to uranium enrichment, lifting of all U.S. primary and secondary sanctions, termination of UN Security Council and IAEA resolutions targeting Iran, payment of compensation for war damages, or alternatively, a $2 million fee per ship transiting the Strait of Hormuz. Ha ha, y'all. Which you just mentioned that. Yep. Let's see, who was that? That was Lord Blades, right? Yep. Thank you, Lord Blades. You were on it before I was. Good. The gall of them. They got, playing hardball, I suppose. With revenue shared with Oman and used for reconstruction, withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from the region, cessation of hostilities across all fronts, including Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen, immediate ceasefire upon acceptance of these conditions, Iran's commitment to not seek nuclear weapons. Yeah. The U.S., while acknowledging the proposal as a significant step, has deemed it not good enough as of April 7th to 8th. In response, a 2-week ceasefire has been agreed upon to allow negotiations. The Iran stresses this does not signify an end to the war. The outcome hinges on whether the U.S. accepts Iran's core demands, particularly regarding sanctions and regional military presence. That is brave AI there for you. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty decent AI. Pretty decent response there, Brave. Interesting. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I really hope... What the hell just happened? I really hope that it's going to stick. I really hope we have peace, because that's what I'm praying for. I'm praying for peace, guys. That's what we need. We need some peace. And, or if, we should have just gone... we should have just gone hard at the start. Honestly. Like, super hard. And that probably would have been okay. Just a second here. Just a second here, guys. Texting the lady dozer. Oh, man, I really hope gas prices do come down, though. I really do. Because it's been, I put $30 in my car the other day. Didn't fill it up. I don't have a big tank. I got a little Chevy Cruze. A little over half. Almost to 3/4. That's not good enough. I want to be able to fill my tank up for around 20, damn it. Let's do that. Let's do that. Guys, want to see something interesting? In between topics here, before we get into the another dead scientist, guys. The guy just landed a spacecraft on a comet. One of the most impressive scientific achievements in years. His reward, a public struggle session because his bowling shirt had scantily clad women on it. I didn't even hear about that. Helen Andrews points out the quiet cost of institutional feminization. HR departments now hunt down any maverick personality and stamp it out. That they do. We're losing innovators we'll never even know about, all because someone focused on the shirt instead of the comet. This is how wokeness actually works. And if you guys haven't seen this,
it's so hard to quantify that, right? So when people come to me and say, what have been the negative effects of the great feminization? That, I think, is at the very top of my list. That's one of the most important ones, that if you've got HR ladies planted in every single institution and who see it as their mission to get rid of exactly that maverick type of personality, there's so much innovation that we're missing out on. We don't know what would have been. One of the cancellations that affected me very emotionally, very deeply, was, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the astronomer or astrophysicist who had just landed a satellite on a comet or something really impressive like that. But he was wearing the T-shirt with the scantily clad ladies on it. It was like a bowling T-shirt.
I remember this.
Yeah, and somebody said, oh no, he's got scantily clad women on his T-shirt, and they put him through a struggle session for disrespecting women. And I was thinking, this guy just landed a satellite on a comet. Focus on that. He's so impressive.
That was a really cool. That was a cool achievement. It was they landed on a moving comet. That was cool. That was months ago, maybe a year ago.
Putting him through this horrible public shaming, but that's the way wokeness works. It doesn't even register to these people that this guy has done something deeply scientifically impressive, that he might be a singular human being. For all you know, he might be the only person on the planet who could have done that, and all you care about is the shirt he's wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's up, Neuro? Good to see you. Mod King in the chat. Guys, make sure you hit that follow, smash the thumbs up, and repost. Bacon thumb. Bacon thumb. Bacon thumb. At least he likes women. That's right. And guys, did you know that sometimes when you get a craving late at night and you think you want to get some of that high carb, unhealthy stuff and put it in your body, you shouldn't. You know what you should do? you should go to www.BuiltOnUSA.com. Use promo code DOZER for 10% off your order of that fantastic meat. Guys, it's got protein, iron, zinc, magnesium, potassium, all kinds of good nutrients. It doesn't have any added sugar, no gluten, no soy, because you know what, Anton? He's not going to do you like that. He's not going to do you dirty. He's a South African immigrant that came to this country with a very, very simple dream of spreading his meat across the land. And you can be one of the killdozers that helps him achieve that goal by going to BuiltOnUSA.com, using promo code DOZER, getting some of that meat. And you know what? If you're feeling froggy, they got tea, Rooibos tea. Helps the throat. If you're dealing with some allergy stuff, I honestly should have probably prepared a cup of tea before I started the stream. There are imported goods as well. Sodas, candies, snacks, all kinds of good stuff. Meat and other stuff. At all. Check it out. It's a good time. Good product, good people. BuiltOnUSA.com. Promo code DOZER for 10% off. Thanks, Neuro. Appreciate you, bud. Let's see. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, $1 a gallon was. That'd be great. That'd be great. Bill said, "That's right. That's right. You need Anton's meat in your body. That's right. You do. Everybody needs to let Anton's meat slide down your throat hole. It's very good." There you go. I need to contact Anton and let him know that honestly, I would prefer, if he's gonna send me some meat, send me some of that peri-peri stuff. I like the peri-peri. Little spice. Lord Blades with a slap of that peach. Every now and then you gotta slap that peach, and sometimes you gotta make them count just to drive the point home. It's true, guys. It's true. Let's go ahead and get into this next topic, guys. Another one. Yet another scientist has died. It's a space scientist. A JPL, I think the Jet Propulsion Lab scientist. Another one bites the dust. Dum, dum, dum. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, another one gone. Another one bites the dust. It's sad. I don't like people dying. Especially, sensitive scientists. They're missing. They're dying. What's going on, guys? What is going on? I think there's some nefarious shenanigans afoot. Okay? Neuro with a... Slap that peach. Indeed. Yeah, I need to do that. That's what I need to do. I need to communicate, guys. Communicate. Lord Blade says the aliens did it. You know what? They might have. Apparently, we got some hybrids running around. I don't know what to believe now. I'm very confused. I think I should just go ahead and like sew the tinfoil hat onto my head. It's probably what I should do. That makes sense. Yeah. Mystery surrounds death of ninth, not 7th, not 8th, but 9th scientist tied to U.S. secrets as disturbing pattern grows. Another scientist with ties to America's space program has now joined the growing list of deaths and disappearances around the U.S. Michael David Hicks, a research scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, passed away on July 30th, 2023 at the age of 59, but the cause of death was never made public, and no record of an autopsy being performed could be found. Again, shenanigans. Hicks, who worked at JPL from 1998 to 2022, was credited with publishing over 80 scientific papers and was part of multiple teams helping NASA understand the physical properties of comets and asteroids. Specifically, Hicks was involved with the DART project, NASA's test to see if humans could deflect dangerous asteroids away from Earth. This might be the guy! Is this the guy she was just talking about? Who had the shirt with scantily clad ladies on it? Holy crap! That's serendipitous if that's the case. Quite serendipitous. Let's see. To see if he also worked on Deep Space One, on the Deep Space One mission, which tested new spacecraft tech that flew by a comet in 2001. While there have been no public allegations of foul play, Hicks's case marks the 9th person with ties to America's space or nuclear secrets who has died or mysteriously vanished in recent years, which has set off alarm bells among U.S. national security experts. Moreover, 3 of these scientists had close ties to Hicks, as all of them worked at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory or participated in NASA missions there. Monica Reza, JPL's new director of the Materials Processing Group, vanished without a trace in June 2025, just months after beginning her tenure at the NASA lab. 2 other men with deep ties to JPL died recently, including longtime co-worker of Hicks, Frank Mywald, who died in July 2024 at the age of 61, with even less public acknowledgement of his untimely passing. Meanwhile, astrophysicist Carl Grillmeyer, 67, was murdered on the front porch of his home on February 16th, 2026. The California Institute of Technology researchers' work was heavily supported by NASA's JPL, and Grillmeyer was personally involved with major space telescope missions led by NASA. Look at that. We have a chart. We just need some red yarn, dang it. That's what we need. We need red yarn for this. You got Frank Mywald, top scientist detecting signs of alien life, dead. Carl Grillmeyer, scientist working on infrared telescopes, found water on another planet. Also dead. Go down to NASA JPL. Worked on deflecting asteroids from Earth. That's the Hicks guy who just died. And NASA research scientist. And we had Monica. Look at that. Look at it. This is actually well done. I like this. I'm going to have to remember this for later. Melissa Cassius, administrative assistant. Okay. Who is she an administrative assistant to? Anthony Chavez, former employee until 2017 of Los Alamos National Lab, Lanel, AFRL, Kirtland Air Force Base. Look at that. Then we had McCasland. He oversaw research base, oversaw funding for Reza's project. Look at that. Look at that. Everything's connected, guys. We need our red yarn. We need red yarn. We'll get it figured out. We will solve this mystery. The Daily Mail has reached out to NASA, Hicks' alma mater at the University of Arizona, and the scientist's friends and colleagues for comment on the circumstances surrounding his death. Strangely, a series of online obituaries dedicated to Hicks did not mention any health issues before the 59-year-old's death, which appeared to have happened suddenly, roughly 1 year after leaving NASA JPL. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me check on BitChute real quick. Oh, somebody says I'm a retard on BitChute. Okay. That is the only response you get from me on BitChute. Who is that? Questions. I'm going to like my own stream over there on BitChute. Why not? We got 24 subscribers over there. What's up, salty zipper tits? You're late. Iran already reneging on the ceasefire. Bombings may resume. Yeah, I saw that. We were talking about that earlier. Apparently there's a ceasefire, but there's still missiles are incoming to Tel Aviv. Or are they? Are they from Iran? Is it Israel maybe doing a false flag? I don't know. I don't trust Israel. So we'll see. But where did I go here? We're talking about missing scientists and dead scientists now, salty zipper tits. We've moved on to better things, more fascinating things. This is seriously something that needs to be looked into. The FBI will put it on their desk and lose it. Maybe they'll do something. Maybe something will actually be found about this. So, in June 2023, just 13 months before his death, Mywald was lead researcher on a breakthrough that could help future space missions to detect clear signs of life on other worlds in the solar system and beyond. As for the other JPL-connected scientist, Grillmeyer had contributed to the discovery of water on a distant planet, with colleagues calling his work ingenious. I hate that word. I hate that word with a passion. And adding that, because in means not, genius means genius. So it's like, why? Although it's not spelled the way genius is spelled. I just don't like that word. That word bothers me. It's China. Maybe. Could be. And adding that the research could point to signs of life less than 160 light years from Earth. Yeah, if it's actual liquid water on another planet. According to his Caltech profile, he also worked on the NEOWISE and the NEO Surveyor infrared space telescopes that track asteroids. However, experts have also expressed concern that his technology has also been used in advanced missile designs. The string of deaths and missing person cases has drawn the attention of Congress and members of the U.S. intelligence community who see a disturbing pattern surrounding experts with knowledge of missiles and rocket engines. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Schwecker recently told the Daily Mail, "You can say these are all suspicious, and these are scientists who have worked in critical technology." Swecker claimed that multiple foreign intelligence services, including enemies and allies of the United States, have been targeting Americans possessing secrets of the nation's technology for decades. China, Russia, even some of our friends, Pakistan, India, Iran, North Korea, they target this type of tech, Swecker revealed. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett told the Daily Mail in March there have been several others throughout the country that have disappeared under suspicious circumstances. I think we ought to be paying attention to it. Burchett was referencing at least 4 other investigations around the U.S. in recent months, including the high-profile disappearance of retired Air Force General William McCaslin and the murder of respected physicist Nuno Loureiro. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, a bunch of them there. In New Mexico. Oh. California. Tijuana. Or not. Close to Tijuana. 2 Californias. This one's up in the Northeast. That's the recent one. Nope. Murdered. Damn. There's a lot. And we kind of talked about them. What they were doing yesterday. Nuno Loureiro was assassinated at his home in the Boston suburb of Brookline on December 15th, 2025. Authorities said the gunman was Claudio Neves Valente, a former classmate from Portugal. What? What does a former classmate from Portugal do and come in and get, that's weird. That's really odd. What's going on? Guys, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that repost. Let's go ahead and check really quick. I'm going to give people a shout out for reposting and commenting because that does help this stream grow. Helps the channel grow. We must welcome more Killdozers here into the Dozer Den. The Killdozer army must grow, guys. It must. We've got Jixer Trickster commenting on the stream. Neurodivergent one with a repost. S. Henson with a repost. Selva Sojourn with a repost. Bad Uncle Frank with a follow. Thank you very much. Laura Blades with a repost as well. Thank you guys so much for helping. That is a very, very free way that you can help this channel grow, guys. Very free way, and I do appreciate you. And I'm late because I was on Loomer trolling idiots. Not a fan of Lower Loomer. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you are, cool. I'm not. I tried to get that guy, that one guy running in Florida. I don't know how to feel about him, but the Charles guy, I think, tried to get him on something, and he just tore him apart politely. Like, dude, what are you talking about? It's not the case. You've needed to troll, but no one here to do it too. Here smoked so much I'm a deer. I'm here and smoked so much I'm a deer. What's up, Ashley Hayes? Thank you for the follow over there on pill.net. Appreciate you. I go where the idiots are in chat are. Well, damn. Let's see. Let's see. So, I guess we can go ahead and read this. The disappearance of McCaslin, who reportedly held nuclear and UFO-related secrets, has been tied to Reza and Gromar through their work on advanced missile or rocket science. While commanding the Air Force Research Lab, the general supervised and approved funding for Reza's work to invent a new metal used to create space-age rocket engines. Meanwhile, Gromar's work with NEOWISE and NEOSurveyor has also been linked to the Air Force, as the NASA telescopes used the same systems the military relies on to track satellites and hypersonic missiles. While Loureiro's murder has not been directly connected to the other deaths and disappearances, Burchett, Swecker, and independent investigators have noted that his revolutionary work in nuclear fusion may have made him a target of a greater conspiracy against U.S. scientists. It's been happening since the Cold War, Swecker explained, especially when nuclear technology and missile tech were first coming to the forefront. 2 others with ties to nuclear research went missing just weeks apart, Anthony Chavez and Melissa Casillas, who both worked at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, LANL, vanished from their homes in 2025 under nearly identical circumstances. Yeah, this is an operation. This is a an expansive operation to target these individuals. Chavez, 79, worked at the nuclear research plant lab until his retirement in 2017. Cassius, 54, was an active administrative assistant at the facility and is believed to have had top security clearance. Both were last seen leaving their homes in New Mexico on foot, leaving behind their car keys, wallets, and phones before disappearing without a trace nearly 1 year ago. Who's to say this is an MK Ultra? Like, who's to say these people aren't being abducted by aliens, though? I mean, I'm just saying. Interesting, Salty Zipper Tits. Interesting. Weird. That's so weird. They just take off, leaving everything behind. That means there's got to be... I think whenever everything comes out associated with this, we're going to be shocked. I think there's a lot going on. In another mysterious incident, Jason Thomas, a pharmaceutical researcher testing cancer treatments at Novartis, was found dead in a Massachusetts lake on March 17th, 2026, after disappearing without a trace 3 months earlier. Burchett has blasted the nation's intelligence community, specifically calling out the so-called alphabet agencies, such as the FBI, for being unhelpful and frustrating his attempts to find out the truth about what has happened to these scientists. The numbers, they seem very high in these certain areas of research. I think we'd better be paying attention, and I don't think we should trust our government. He warned. I've been working on my Tim Burchett. I think I'm getting close. Yep. Well, look at that. More information. Hopefully we learn something. Hopefully we do. Yeah, we need some more information on why these people are going away. So, Guatemala doesn't want us to find their moon base. Maybe. Is China taking these scientists? Ones found dead are ones that resisted. Maybe, Salty Zipper Tits. Maybe. If that's the case, we really need to probably take out China. Like, if you're in our country taking scientists out, I don't know. Guys, you want to hear something really cool about the Artemis 2? I think all 4 of them are pretty damn religious, and they've been literally preaching the gospel in space. It's amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. What's up, General Samuel Fields over there on Pill.net? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me see if I had anything I wanted to share with you guys before we go to the next topic. Scrolling. But everything got discombobulated. Here's a clip. We might have watched this the other day, but I want to watch it again. Gosh darn it. Trump is taking out China, Venezuela, Iran, and Cuba is all about China. Maybe. Definitely, I could see the Venezuela link for sure. I don't know about Iran, I guess, but apparently China was involved in the peace talks, the negotiation. Bob Lazar talking about stuff.
What the real truth is, and how many people know?
I don't know. I mean, there must be a group of people that really have the pure information of what's going on.
I would assume, but not necessarily. I would think
there has to be a group of people that know what's going on. And
who are those people?
You know, and to me, like I was telling Luigi, I have a bunch of questions for me. You know,
right? Like, what would be your questions for you if you met you?
Yeah. Now, questions for me are people that ask me over decades the same questions. You know, why is it the Navy? The Navy paid me. I always said everything has been the Navy instead of the Air Force because, you know, back in the 60s and 70s, you know, there's Project Blue Book and the Air Force and all that. But everything associated with this was the Navy. So, and in these days, you hear some of these new types of crafts that are
transmedium.
Yeah, you hear the word transmedium, and in it, David Fravor Commander David Fravor.
So S4 Ascension 1980 is the Bob Lazar movie. It's on Amazon Prime. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it, and we're gonna do a watch and react to it on Saturday. So that's gonna be our main topic on Saturday, with of course music video requests being taken as we go along. But yeah, that is something we're gonna be doing on Saturday evening.
You know, with the Tic Tac, and you know, things are under the water, and you know, supposedly the craft that the sport model was an
If you guys haven't watched this interview yet, it's funny because Bob Lazar gets wasted. He doesn't get wasted; he gets tipsy.
archaeological recovery, and
protect
that
Bob
itself
Lazar.
was underwater.
Yes.
So what is the deal with the water? I mean, it's
Water is a medium.
by far the biggest medium of the planet. I mean, if you want to hide,
And if you think about it, you can go spiritual with that too. What's up, Boink Mess? Good to see you. Ears perk up, mother. Prime. It means I can watch it. You gotta buy it. I think you gotta buy it or rent it.
people down there, almost an entire civilization down there, you could do it in the ocean as long as you do it deep enough and away from people. So yeah, number one is, what's the deal with the ocean? That's probably the number one question.
Because there's a ton of sightings where people see things come out of the water and go into the water.
Yeah, there has to be a reason for that.
Well, just
One
in
would
terms of
think.
if they have the ability to travel through space, if whatever that thing is really does create some sort of a gravity bubble or some sort of a space-time bubble.
Yeah, but maybe it's not space. Maybe it's not space. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's another dimension. There's really no limits. If you can start manipulating physics in that way, you can bend time. You can open doorways into other dimensions. So maybe it has nothing to do with going. Look, we all want it to be like Star Trek.
Right.
You know, because Star Trek is really understandable.
Right.
You go out there, you fly to another planet, you meet the people there, you
Oh,
go
yeah,
to
Hair
another
Juicer.
one. Well, these guys are happy. Those guys.
I haven't seen the UFOs that were at my house for the longest in a minute. Kind of sad about that. I liked going outside and watching them. They're just little lights just doing their thing, zooming around and then zipping out.
Aren't, you know.
That one night where I saw a triangle formation floating around, I really wish I would have had my phone on me. It was in the house, but I didn't want to miss it.
And
in my brain.
it all makes perfect sense. I don't really think it's like that. Look, you know, if you look in history, especially, you know, in United States history, anytime a superior race or intelligence
Just followed you,
meets
Hair
with an
Juicer.
inferior one, it's never good for the inferior guys.
You have a few.
Never.
You got one.
We never
Nice.
come over and go, oh, we just want to teach you guys everything that we know.
Right.
No.
Nope.
It's like, we're going to rape all your women, take all your stuff, and then just kill you.
Use
You
your
know?
resources.
Yeah, right. And just consume everything you want. That's just always the way it goes. Now, maybe that's just what humans do, but I would be concerned that's what all life does.
Hopefully not. If so, we might already be screwed. Really quick. So speaking of UFOs and speaking of, we talked about Chris Bledsoe earlier. He was the guy who was talking about maybe a new knowledge, and some people said that was Christ coming back on Easter. As far as we know, that didn't happen. But check this out. A post from Chris Bledsoe. So this is up close detail from my big camera recording in raw data of an orb taken at my home in North Carolina. Thanks to my friend Peter Osborne Truth in Focus for doing the video enhancements. More detailed videos coming. Oh, that's weird. That's trippy, y'all. If that's real, fascinating. Makes me think of Ezekiel's will. Isn't that biblical? The with all the different things spinning around in it. Yep. Now they say video enhancements. I gotta wonder what video enhancements. That's cool. I need to get an attachment for my phone so I could zoom in like and get crazy detailed videos of stuff. That costs money though. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's cool stuff. Definitely a little bit of food for thought. How much you want it? Let's see. Oh, man. Man, 2 wild Irish rows. That sucks. Damn. That was a damn... I'm going to respond to that later. I hate people that try to scam people. Or do scam people. Let's see. All right. Oh, Viva had a pretty good response. Said, a lot of people don't seem to appreciate what really just happened. Trump made a threat he could never follow through on without it being a war crime. I think technically that's correct. On the eve of the deadline, he wisely declared a ceasefire on the basis of having already met and exceeded all military objectives, which, to the extent it's true, was already true when he made the threat he could never act upon without it being a war crime. This outcome, there's debate on that, but this outcome would have been achieved or was already achieved when Trump made that truth post threatening something he could never implement without it being a war crime. Say that again, Viva. It is not a case of madman theory. This is not a ceasefire because of that post. It was the only way to finesse that blunder of a post into the veneer of a win by relying on things that, if true, were already true at the time he made that post. That's my humble 2 cents, eagerly awaiting the vitriol and abuse in the replies. I don't know. That's an opinion for sure. I don't know. I don't know. War crime, come and force that, I dare you. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Gotcha, Hair Juicer. Guys, follow Hair Juicer. He puts out content too. Oh, man. I don't know, y'all. Yeah, this is funny. The U.S. and Iran have reached an agreement. The stock market, green, all the way up into the sky, into the atmosphere. That's about right. What's up, X-Bart? Good to see ya. Been a minute since I've seen you in the chat, X-Bart. Guys, don't forget to hit that repost button. Don't forget to share this stream out with your loved ones, your friends, your family, ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Zers, and friends. I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors, and we will not have a problem, y'all. Excuse me. Good Lord, I cannot quit clearing my throat. I might need to actually take an allergy medicine. Oh, man. Sally broke her damn foot. That's a horrible break. Ow. Oof. That sucks. Talk with Sally. Damn. There's one over your neighbor's house for weeks. Paid no mind. Looked like a planet. And then one day, it flew away to the east. She was watching you. It was just chilling. It was just chilling watching you. There, every now and then, there are some bright things that you think are stationary that end up doing some other stuff. And that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Kind of interesting. Oh, damn. That's cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic, guys. Pipe bombing stuff. So, Robert Gouveia had a great breakdown of what's going on with the pipe bomber stuff. The prosecution is seeking contempt charges against the lawyers for Brian Cole for them pointing out that Shawnee Kirkhoff failed a freaking polygraph. She failed a polygraph about the freaking pipe bombs, and they acted like this FBI. And yes, that includes Bongino's lying about this shit too, because the guy obviously knew what he was saying was false, saying that he was going to fund a civil suit against Massey and others for naming Shawnee Kirkhoff when she was literally working undercover, apparently, because that's what it says in the freaking documents. It says you aren't supposed to release the name of somebody who is an agent undercover. The J6 stuff is so thick. So thick. Sucks. What's up, Sartorius? Good to see you. What's up, Bartavello? My channel name, Dozer. There you go. Oh, that's your channel name. Derp. Guys, follow xbartx if you haven't done so. Have I done so? Let me look. Let me look. Because I like to make sure I follow people. Oh, wrong one. Well, now I'm following your channel. There's nothing there. Work on that. Excuse me. Oh, good Lord. Friends before integrity. That's right. FBI, friends before integrity. I hate the alphabet agencies at this point. Not all of them, but the ones that are, you know, pretty much making it so that we're not an actual republic. That'd be nice. Oh, by the way, guys, voted in my municipal elections. Look at that. I got the sticker. I voted. There were only 3 things on the ballot today, but there will be more in August. So we had some property tax stuff, and if there's a chance to lower property taxes in any facet, I'm going to do that. And rest well, Laura Blades. Thanks for hanging out in the Dozer Den. Couple property tax things. One about ambulance stuff. One about eligible individuals not having to have a property tax increase based on the credit year, a previous credit year, which I'm guessing means senior citizens, which is, you know, it should be for everybody. But if I can help, if my little vote can help reduce property taxes in any way, that's what I'm going to go for. So, yes, get involved in your municipal elections, though. Unbelievable. Guess CIA agents are untouchables. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but we've got a clip here from Robert Gouveia. He breaks it down expertly, and I felt like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and let him talk us through it. Let me see. And you guys should definitely follow Robert Gouveia. Great creator, lawyer. Breaks it down, reads through the court filings and stuff. The Department of Justice is seeking a contempt order against defense attorneys for Brian Cole Jr. after they exposed that a CIA asset failed a polygraph regarding the plaintiff of the J6 pipe bombs, raising questions about a potential federal cover-up. It's been a federal cover-up, and we've known that for years. But people were like, oh, our guy's in now. The FBI is really going to be for the people. That's naive. It is. It's naive. Misguided. These 3-letter agencies are a problem.
Through the defense revelation of this bombshell that one of their key investigative leads, Shawnee Kirkhoff, who was a J6 cop at the time, she failed it, and they still closed the case out, apparently with no further inquiry into it. 51 of them,
because they found an autistic patsy. Come on, Rob.
Were identified as not needing further action because the phones belonged to law enforcement officers or persons on the exclusion list. Oh, so if Shawnee Kirkhoff's number showed up in the list, she's a Capitol Hill police officer, so don't even need to talk to her. Interesting. The CIA asset who failed the polygraph test is now getting some extra defense from the DOJ. You see, the government was very unhappy with the fact that the defense team for Brian Cole Jr., the alleged pipe bomber, published the fact that the CIA asset failed the test. They said you shouldn't have shared this with anybody and put it on the public docket because you were...
And there are a bunch of people that are trying to be like, oh, polygraphs aren't admissible in court. The fact that they'll fire your ass if you're working in this federal capacity, if you don't pass your polygraph, means they obviously apply... There's some weight to it, okay? There's some validity to it.
Violating the protective order, which is curious because this...
Even if it's just you can't keep your cool under pressure.
information I think was very pertinent to all of us to know that they investigated her, Shawnee Kirkhoff, as a key witness, or maybe even a criminal defendant in this case, and they closed the investigation even though she failed the polygraph. Seems like that would be important to know as the prosecution is continuing. But yesterday when we were here, we saw that the defense team said she failed the polygraph test. They were asking her 2 questions. Did you place the pipe bombs on that night? And fail. Then her answers, according to the
And then they closed it. She failed, which means shows deception in response to that. And they just were like, whoop, nothing to see here. Move along, folks. Nothing to see here.
FBI's polygraph examiner said that she was creating some orchestrated, predetermined, engineered responses to this, which of course is a problem that these examiners are trained to identify. Now, the situation here with polygraphs, right? We know that these are not admissible in a trial to create evidence to incriminate somebody, but that's not the standard that we're talking about right now. Brian Cole Jr. has currently been the subject of the criminal prosecution. The only thing
based on his asinine response to this, I'm gonna go ahead and say he was complicit. Bongino's been an absolute dick in response to people even questioning the narrative. He has been. Ever since he got done with the FBI, when he came back to X, he's been an absolute twat waffle to people. And you get a lot more flies with honey than you do vinegar. I'll just say that. And oh well. I think he was complicit in this one. Yeah, I do.
He needs to do is not get convicted. How do you do that? By creating reasonable doubt. So this would be offered not to convict Shawnee Kirkhoff. That's a separate standard in a separate investigation, but just to show that he didn't do it, that there is reasonable doubt based in reason that he is not the pipe bomber, that the CIA asset, Shawnee Kirkhoff, who now works for them, who was working for the Capitol Police at the time, whose boyfriend was working for the Capitol Police at the time, dropped the pipe bombs off and then got a
Wait, she had a boyfriend? I thought she was in the Rainbow Mafia. Or does she just look like one of those dykey ladies?
Promotion up to the CIA. And the FBI has a massive document that explains how they polygraph people. And it's good enough for the FBI to get them employed.
I didn't even go hard at him and I got a block. Like, come on, Dan.
And you look inside of it.
I think a lot of it is that Dan thought he could get in and actually affect some change, and then was met with the brutal reality that there's no fixing the FBI. And I think that really, really pissed him off. And I think his way of trying to find control is by being given he's like a dog with a bone, and he's just chewing the fuck out of it. With the going after the black pillars and the doomers. It's like, hey, if you feel important with that, I guess, man. But it kind of seems like he was disappointed and frustrated and angry, and he's doing what he can to express that anger and frustration. I just disagree with how he's doing it. That's just yeah. I didn't really even say anything bad. I honestly just made a joke and did the SpongeBob meme. It's like he was getting whooped by Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey was handling him, like in a polite and very professional way. I just like, bro, you're getting outclassed. Stop trying to go back and forth with Massey. He's gonna outclass you. Thomas Massey had outclassed me. He's a very intelligent individual. Don't agree with him on everything, but I like a lot of what he stands for. And it's just like, after getting ratioed a few times by Massey, it was just like, dude, you're getting outclassed. And I was like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I thought that was kind of funny. Apparently not.
And they take it very seriously. They think that the FBI does a good job at examining these people, so good that they will not even hire you if you fail it. They have polygraph examination capabilities, and you have to be certified in order to do it. And they even require candidates who travel outside the U.S. after receiving an
Sanglant says he was tricked into signing forms that will send him to prison for life if he says anything about wide areas of subjects. Maybe. FBI's been crooked since day one. There are whistleblower protection. There's a whistleblower protection act.
examination to undergo a follow-up polygraph. Polygraph examiners must administer and document with high professional, ethical, and technical standards the following, all redacted. You cannot conduct polygraph exam on individuals with whom they have a professional or personal relationship. You can conduct examinations in accordance with the program guidelines that are outlined in this document, and if something like this happens, you have to immediately report it. You have to create forms. You have to successfully complete these things, and by the way, if you are working at the FBI, you must submit to a polygraph examination, period. Section 2.18. You must successfully complete blank a polygraph examination prior to being granted a position.
I'd fail one just because I'd get anxious about it. Like, I get really anxious about stuff. Like, after it started, I might be okay, though, because it's like public speaking, right? I get really, really anxious about public speaking until I actually start. And once I get into my flow, I get pretty comfortable and I have a good time. And I've been told I'm decent at it.
Or even a contract with the FBI. Contractor personnel requiring sensitive compartmented access or assigned one of the 8 divisions must successfully complete a CI-focused polygraph examination as well. They go through all...
What's a CI-focused polygraph? Counterintelligence? Maybe?
The policies, they say, hey, by the way, this is not intended to be a substitute for a thorough and logical investigation, but they can be used in a number of situations. But generally, they're used as an aid in determining the veracity of subjects, victims, witnesses, confidential sources, and others who provide information to the FBI. Polygraphs may be useful to assist in determining whether a person has pertinent knowledge of a particular matter under investigation or to obtain information concerning the location of evidence or of a missing person. The polygraph can be a
wow, look at all the ways that the polygraph can be used and can be applicable. Interesting.
Value in narrowing the focus of investigations that rely heavily on uncorroborated statements and other cases that have little to no physical evidence. Now, this is not used exclusively to screen candidates, although they do it. And the general overview is to obtain information about the veracity of statements, lots of details. The technique is utilized for 2 separate and distinct functions, as an investigative tool and as a tool of security for vetting the FBI workforce. It's an aid. They're to be used selectively. The use of a polygraph for screening large number of suspects is not a substitute for a logical investigation. And as we mentioned yesterday, when we were going through the defense revelation of this bombshell, that one...
Is Rob using Adobe or Acrobat? I read and underlined.
Of their key investigative leads, Shawnee Kirkhoff, who was a J6 cop at the time, she failed it. And they still closed the case out, apparently with no further inquiry into it, because they showed a dog video that she's not even in. Her voice is in the background. And the dog video is like, oh, she was here.
They said puppies, and it's not a puppy.
At the time playing with her dog. FBI's like, perfect, case closed. Okay, it's definitely this autistic kid. All new contractors need to go through it. There are various
somebody did bring up in comments about this. They're like, oh, just because he's autistic doesn't mean he can assert accountability. And that's not what I'm saying when I'm talking about the fact that this guy is pretty damn autistic. I'm saying he doesn't have the ability. Based on his level of autism, he probably didn't have the ability to do the things they're saying he did. Reasonable doubt is present. This is not the guy. This is not the guy. She did say puppies. Yep. It was a lie. And she's not even in the video.
Types of polygraph examinations. There are operational that are administered in furtherance of criminal or other intelligence activities. There's a candidate type. There's a personnel security type. They do it for internal investigations. They do it to assist outside agencies. They do it for witness security or WITSEC, random, aperiodic, and only certain people can conduct these. FBI director is approving authority for all polygraphs of individuals. You do it for candidates for employment. And if you fail the polygraph, all former FBI employees seeking reinstatement will be subject to a full polygraph examination. And they walk us through a bunch of this is all, redacted. As we see here, redacted. All personnel are required to comply with periodic polygraphs. And it's 41 pages of policy. Okay, they're not doing it because it's unreliable. They're doing it because there's something beneficial that comes out of it. And so the FBI gave one to...
So when, the whole point of people being just so dismissive of it is kind of silly. Yes, not admissible in court, and all this other stuff that you have to factor in. So, but he bought all the stuff to make a pipe bomb over a few years. I know, right? If you buy enough things, if you look at it that way, everybody's probably bought the materials that you would need for stuff like that over a certain period of time. The fact that it was even before the law, like they were looking back before the loss, quote unquote, in 2020. It's like, what? Huh? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, good God. It's silly. It's silly. The Whistleblower Protection Act for the FBI, not exactly straightforward. I wouldn't suggest reading this one on stream. It's long and boring. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's there for anybody that wants to click on it and peruse it, though.
Johnny Kirkhoff. So examination results are categorized in one of four ways. 1 redacted, 2 redacted, 3 redacted, and 4 redacted. Don't know exactly what is Shawnee's failure. Okay, they said she failed the polygraph. What type of failure? Don't really know exactly what it is and can't even speculate because it's all redacted. And they don't want you to know what that is because then you can do your best to avoid those.
I know, right, Bartavello? I buy some stuff. Bought some hose recently. Bought some rope. Bought some bullets. Bought a shovel. Gosh darn. It's very sus. Very sus.
Categories, right? Like pass without any concern.
Got a new gun and I'm doing my garden.
It might be fail with serious concerns. It might be inconclusive, or it might be something else. There are certain retests if you fail, and some of this might lead to further information, right? At this stage, the burden of proof to prove that Brian J. Cole Jr. is the pipe bomber is on the government.
It's in D.C. I'm very concerned about this case. I'm concerned about this kid getting he's not a kid. This guy getting railroaded.
All he needs to do is raise reasonable doubt. In a defense parlance, it's any doubt that's based in reason. One way that you could raise doubt is to say, she did it, and she failed the polygraph. So that's all they really need to prove here or investigate. And the fact that she did fail it leads them to say, wow, that's pretty interesting. So maybe that is cause now to go get her ring cameras. Now that's cause to go get her boyfriend's cell phone records to see if they were actually testing. And maybe to go get more details on her cell phone in particular. And this came out from Eric CIA Morella's dirty whistle. He said that you recall that there was this other report when they were trying to figure out who the pipe bomber was. They couldn't find it. It's so complicated. Chris Wright can't figure it out. And we all go, oh, that's because it was you guys, you jerks. Well, as we now know, in a report, they said by early February 2021, the FBI identified 186 phone numbers of interest that were derived from the FBI's geofence and cell tower dumps. According to an internal document that was obtained by the subcommittee, I think this came from Barry Loudermilk's crew, 36 of those phone numbers of the 186 were assigned to agents for interviews. 98 of these phone numbers required additional investigative steps, but 51 of them were identified as not needing further action because the phones belonged to law enforcement officers or persons on the exclusion list. Oh, so if Shawnee Kirkhoff's number showed up in the list, she's a Capitol Hill police officer, so don't even need to talk to her. Interesting. Why would you exclude that? Why would you exclude this whole bucket of people? Because they're cops? They just get the benefit of the doubt. They didn't drop the pipe bombs for the CIA as a means of getting a job over there. So the FBI went around and the case team identified a user and historical cell phone, but they don't know what happened to that lead. In another one, they issued search warrants to 10 ad tech companies and more. Couldn't figure out who it was. And so they just took 51 of these people and just said, oh, they're cops. So they clearly couldn't have done it. No way. It has to be someone else. And
because cops never break the law. They never do anything nefarious. That badge means they're superheroes. Above reproach. While I think most officers are decent, there are some bad ones, and there are some that will abuse the fact that they are wearing a uniform, or that they have a badge, or that they have that status, to be like, oh no, I'm just one of the good ones.
Just ignored the whole thing. When further pressed by defense counsel, the government eventually stated that the motion fell under one specific category of the protective.
This is the bad one. This right here is just, they're outing themselves. They're outing themselves, guys.
order, which is this one: identifying information by including true names. They said, that's it right there. You identified information and you included the real names. And they said, well, that's not in the order. The full sentence of the order is identifying information, including true names and photographs regarding government agents who acted in an undercover capacity with respect to this.
So they tried to keep that part out. They tried to keep that part out. Good Lord.
Investigation. And was that Shawnee Kirkhoff? No. Shawnee Kirkhoff, they told us, was a non-relevant witness, period. She had nothing to do with the case at all. So how can they violate the protective order if she is not in an undercover capacity? The order literally says you can't share names of somebody who's undercover. So they're relying on that. So they can't have it both ways. Either she's an
Guys, if you haven't looked into Steve Baker's reporting on this, I highly advise that you do. Joe Hanneman and Steve Baker have been amazing in the detail in which they have presented this information and the bravery that they have shown. They've literally lost their jobs. They no longer work for the Blaze because the Blaze, gay.
cover agent, and her name should be protected because she was working undercover, or this information can come out and it's not a violation of the order. So why is the government then, and the defense was, very sneaky with this, I wouldn't say sneaky, but they were very, they kind of like waited to the end for the crescendo. Is she an undercover agent? Contrary to the government's assertion, this provision of the protective order does not apply to the early return motion. Thus, the filing of this motion, as of, the government has been unable to explain to the defense exactly what aspect of the sensitive material definition is implicated by the facts. This is because they have not met the definition. So they're just pounding the table, is what the defense is saying. And they have not given a basis for why this material cannot be released unless they're saying that she is actually an undercover person in an undercover capacity with respect to this investigation, which she's apparently, allegedly not. So for these reasons, the court respectfully requests the court grant the motion and unseal the docket so we once again can see all the material, and the DOJ does not want us to see the material. Of course, they want sanctions now for daring to release the fact that she failed the polygraph, which begs the question, why did they close out the investigation into her if they can't exclude her based on something like the polygraph?
Great reporting by Robert Gouveia there. If you guys haven't followed him yet, go ahead and give him a follow. Fantastic creator, very solid legal analysis and read-throughs. Very good. Somebody did bring up some good points here. So there are confirmed CIA operatives at 1-6. This former Capitol cop is suspected of an intelligence psyop. She goes to the CIA to apply for a job. Shoot, I should have. I put super glue on a basketball earlier. Not sure if it's going to work, but I tried. It's an old basketball that had, cracks and stuff from being outside for, winter. And then, this former Capitol cop is suspected of being an intelligence psyop. And then she goes to the CIA to apply for a job. Nothing suspicious, looking like an Intel Rico conspiracy. Imagine that. Funny psychological transference. FPT. Yeah. Yep. Interesting stuff. Very interesting. I think whenever we get all the information, when we finally get all the information on this operation, on the J6 operation, if we ever get all that, I don't think we're going to, but if we do, that'd be it'd be great. It'd be glorious. But when the Brian Cole trial, if it even comes to trial, when everything comes out, I think we're going to be quite shocked. Quite shocked. Oh damn! The death toll in Lebanon surpasses 1,500. That sucks. Why did Israel start a war with Lebanon? What was that about? Why did they feel the need to do that now? I'm gonna check on X real quick to see if we have any updates that might be pressing, and then we're gonna be hopping off here in a sec. Let me see. Oh, we got another UFO This in Canada? Canada's Yukon, guys, just witnessed something bizarre in the night sky. A pulsating light hovered silently, then suddenly accelerated at incredible speed and vanished. Witnesses say its movements didn't resemble any known aircraft. These lights, guys, I'm telling you, there is something to them. I don't know what they are. Most likely military tech we're not aware of, but also, who knows, some of them might be something different. In Yukon. Not Yukon Cornelius.
Is that, bro?
That's going
What
slow.
the fuck is that?
That is a Pac-Man. It's going waka 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 waka.
Oh my god, bro, what is that? I thought it was the moon, man. What the fuck, bro? I don't know, man. It's fucking moving, dog.
It is moving.
Out here, that territory's drilling.
Don't look at them. Look at the thing.
UFO, man. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's going pretty slow. What's the thing up here? Do you see the white light up here? Huh.
Oh shit.
There's lights around it. There's one there. There's one there. I told y'all. Told y'all.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
The light and it are moving at the same speed. They're in tandem. Rest well, salty zipper tits. Thanks for hanging out in the Dozer Den. Appreciate you. Don't forget to smash the like button. Share this stream out with your loved ones. Comment, repost, all those good things, guys. That stuff does actually help the channel grow. So if you can, it's completely free to do those things.
God, bro. What is that, bro?
Looks like a cloud.
Fuck. Yeah, no fucking
Looks like a cloud.
idea. There ain't no cloud. Oh,
You
what
said it's
the
not a
hell that is,
cloud.
man.
What do y'all think? Now, if it takes off,
Crazy, dude.
oh, whoa.
That's fucked, bro.
It just went back the other way. Or not.
What the fuck? Dude, that's fucked up, man.
Where did it didn't do anything crazy? What? Fucking liars. I mean, accelerated at incredible speed and vanished. No, it didn't. Unless they were talking about that the little dot maybe, but the cloud looking thing just looked like a cloud. Now, the fact that it was moving in tandem with the little light, I don't know. I don't know. A little sus. Little sus. Ooh. You guys want to see a very angry kitty? Before we hop on off of here? Angry kitty attack. Always carry when you're hiking.
Get back.
For the love of God. Now, you already should have shot that thing. Shoot it. Shoot him. Shoot him a little bit. Shoot him. It's going to eat you. Oh, it's going to get you. Oh, damn. Shoot better. It said, nah, I'm good. Big kitty, that's my papa. Not kitty. Saying that I'm waiting for some guys to buy laser projectors and realize they can project onto clouds. It's probably already happening in some places. Just saying. Just saying. Here we go. Here's a picture of the stars from Artemis. Wow. A little shot of the Milky Way galaxy, guys. I think this must have been when they were on the other side of the moon. Because when they're on this side of the moon, like, the sun blocks out a lot of what you can see. That's why everyone's like, oh, where are the stars? Well, the sun's very, very bright. Okay? Wow. That's gorgeous. Camera was changing angles. You can see the ways the trees, but yeah. Cloud moon thing. That's what I was thinking, Neuro. Because after I said it, I was like, wait, why did it move real quick? It's because the person was moving. That cloud one, I don't know. No, it's born. No. Look at that. The next country to violate the ceasefire is gay. The redheaded libertarian. Yes. I will say this is exactly. I agree with Gatorgar on this. It's like now pivot all at once from criticizing his decision to bomb Iran to calling him a chicken for not bombing Iran. Perfect. Yeah, I do not. Those people are literally just the haters. They are. Those people are literally just the haters. I'm not one of those. I'm one that is critical of the war stuff. I would like us not to be in the war stuff, but if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. Oh no. Oh man. What? Oh man, these people. Yeah, the people that are doing the taco thing, that's disingenuous. If you're doing the taco thing, if you're saying that this is a bad development, the fact that we didn't wipe out an entire civilization, you might be suffering from a little bit of TDS. I will say that. I definitely didn't like that first sentence of his truth post this morning. No, didn't like that. But yeah. I just pray for peace, guys. That's what I've been doing. I've been praying for peace, and I hope it comes. I really do. Guys, it is a little over 2 hours into the stream. Said it was going to be a little bit shorter show today. So we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. We talked about a few things today. We talked about Trump, the Trump-Iran ceasefire. Talked a little bit about the another scientist dead in association with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. A little bit weird, guys. A little bit coincidental. Maybe. Probably, I think there's an op going on. I think these scientists are, these high value intelligent individuals are being targeted and abducted or ended if they resist too hard, like Salty Zippertits was saying. The last thing that we talked about was the J6 pipe bomber stuff. Looks like there is more and more nefarious chicanery afoot with the J6 pipe bomb story and J6 in general. If that ever all gets busted out, we're going to be just like, well, damn. Honestly. You're very welcome, Bardavello. Who are we going to raid? We're going to raid somebody on Pilled and here on Rumble. We'll do Jim with a G over on Pilled. Who are we going to do here on Rumble? First, I will shout out the reposts and the comments. Oh my goodness. No more reposts or comments since the last time I shouted them out. Sadness ensues. Guys, smash that repost button. It helps. You do have to say something when you repost. You don't even have to be nice. You can say, hey, check this fag out. If you want. Or you can be nice. Either one. Don't forget to like this stream. I see 35 people watching and only 27 likes. What are we doing, guys? Let's get that like button smashed. Smash it hard. The comment from Jixer Trickster. Hello, Dozer. Look at that. Hello, Jixer. I'm gonna reply right now because I've been slacking on interacting with the reposts in the comments, guys. I have been, but no more. No more. Look at that. Who are we gonna raid though? We are gonna raid somebody on Rumble. Okay, academics maybe? Who the hell is that? John B. Wells Live. No. Because that is pre-recorded. And I don't really want to raid a pre-record. Could raid Adonis Paul. It's not Wednesday. You guys should be okay. We could, let's see. Real Patriots Party, maybe. Let's see. Maybe Algorithm? Let's raid Algorithm. The beauty in spite of the bullshit. I don't know what that's about, but we're raiding them. I got 26 people watching. Let's send you guys their way. Tell them that Dozer Den sent you. Let them know they should follow and come check us out. Hey, Buzzacino's over there. Sweet. All right. Let's do this here. First, I will play the Dozer Den theme song, because that's what we must do. Need to get my knife back from my little brother still. All right, there we go. Heck yeah, Bardavello. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you being here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. Appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to share the stream, repost, comment, like, all those good things. Spread the word. Let the people know what we're doing here in the Dozer Den. And let me get to where I need to go, and we're going to rock out.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fights, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage of fear, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save,
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. Y'all have a good one.